Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to episode 63 of ChanmanV's Pro Corner, where pros come and show us how it's done. I'm your host, as always, ChanmanV, and hopefully you guys have been having a really great week and been watching as much StarCraft 2 as possible. But tonight we have a really special guest. For a long time now, I've been trying to get Paulo on this show, so tonight it's going to be really, really cool with ROOTCatZ. He's going to be walking us through some Zerg strategies. And not only that, instead of doing the replay analysis, which we've been doing quite often lately, he's going to actually play some live games and talk through them. So, big props for him for doing that, because I know it's typically pretty distracting to talk and play. So it's going to be really, really cool. Before we do that, I kind of wanted to mention a couple things. The one thing I wanted to mention is that for folks that have watched the show a lot, and I know a lot of you guys have feedback, and I know for a fact, because during the stream chats every show, I know some of you guys have some suggestions and that kind of thing. A lot of those things I just forget sometimes, so be sure to actually post in the TL show thread, just the Pro Corner show thread, any suggestions or feedback or any of that kind of stuff, because that's going to be the best place for me to just kind of see what you guys are writing, or even in the Reddit thread. I created a Reddit thread too for tonight's show. You probably guys see it. I create a Reddit thread for every show, and leave your feedback, guys. I want. I've always wanted these shows to be very interactive with you guys, and I try to keep the show as transparent as possible for you. So, if you guys want to see somebody, tell me you want to see somebody. Like when the Terrans were all complaining I wouldn't have Terrans. I didn't have Terrans on the show. I'm trying my best now to get as many Terrans as I can in the near future. So, I encourage you guys to do that, and just let me know how you think. Let me know what you think of the show, or what you like, or what I need to improve. So, anyways, I just wanted to kind of start out with that, because I keep forgetting to actually say that, the meaning to say that for like the last few shows. But all right, let's get this started. Let me pull in Paulo or ROOTCatZ, and we'll get started. Let me switch him over. Hey, Paulo, what's going on?
Hey, not much, man. How's it going?
Good, man. Excited to have you on, man. I know we've been going back and forth for like months about possibly having you on Pro Corner. So this is like good day, definitely a good day for Pro Corner to have you on, man.
Awesome.
So the first thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, since it's not, I guess, typically what we talk about, but I just figured it's kind of cool. It's really the recent pickups by Root. Obviously you're the man at Root. And, first off, I just want to talk a little bit about Masa. And, it's great that, I really love the players you've been picking up, by the way, because, there are a lot of these guys like Fitzy and Puck and now Masa. These are guys that I've been like trying to get folks to, or just been trying to get viewers to notice, and, other folks in the community to really, appreciate their talent. And it's really, really cool, man, when you pick them up on your team, and hopefully will foster their career.
Yeah. So Masa?
Yeah. What do you think about Masa? What do you like? What do you like most about him, actually, that made you want to pick him up?
First of all, we needed Terrence. It was a really obvious concern, and we looked at a bunch of them, but Masa was really the only one that everyone on the team agreed he was good.
Yeah, he's
no one had any objections of Masa, and that's quite an anomaly when it comes to my team.
Right. Yeah, Masa's been just a hidden talent for quite some time now. I remember in particular, I was asking around after Scarlet had that big run right at IPL. I remember like the days after, like I immediately was because I was just kind of shocked at the Scarlet thing. A lot of people knew about Scarlet, that like players and stuff, but nobody in the community, right, including myself. So I just asked like immediately who's going to be the next Scarlet, right? And like resounding like just not majority of the folks are saying Masa. So like I remember having Masa immediately on Pro Corner, like either the next show or the previous, the show after, him and Hendreless. So great. So anyways, getting back to it, it's just great pickup. And
he's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He's really skilled. Again, like it's. When I started Root, I basically made all the calls by myself. Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, it's like it's both easier and harder. Easier because I have a bunch of players that help me make those decisions,
Right.
and harder because I have a bunch of players that help me make those decisions. Like they're pretty picky, and again, like no one objected to Massa. It was a resounding yes for us. So
Yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'd be excited to see how he does in the near future. And then obviously the big news, right, the last day was Athene, right? You picking him up, and what that kind of means for Root, and I guess just other games outside of StarCraft 2.
Athene is basically going to be a squad of its own as far as Root is concerned. He doesn't really fit into StarCraft 2 or Dota. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, when Heart of the Swarm comes, I'm sure he'll do StarCraft 2, like Heart of the Swarm content for his own fan base. It's really good for the team because Athene is gigantic, and yeah, like he raised $1 million basically. That's pretty insane. Like when you think of Destiny and Sheth raising $33,000. And then knowing that Athene raised $1 million, he's gigantic, and a lot of people just see him as a troll, but Athene is actually one of the kindest people and one of the nicest guys I know. I mean, I've only asked for one autograph in my life, and it was Athene's.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yes, I admire him. He's trollish, but that's like he's really smart about it, and he's also smart enough to make it sound ridiculous at some points. But the great majority of his accomplishments that he lists all the time are actually real accomplishments. He does break world records, and he does care about gaming. And he did raise $1 million, so we're more than happy to have him in the team and cover his stuff and have him cover some of ours.
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge figure in esports. So, yeah, I mean, I think, it's going to be amazing, I think, for you guys. And obviously the partnership between you guys will be, I think, highly successful. So that is really, really great news for you guys. Congrats on that, man.
Thank you.
All right, but let's get into what we're going to do tonight. Enough of the news and that kind of stuff. We don't do that on Pro Corner, right? So, yeah, tonight, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to have CatZ here play a few live games against a Protoss playing partner, and I have one Terran playing partner that hopefully we'll get to a game or two. And we're going to start off by having him play against specific strategies that I know a lot of you guys are struggling with or have run into on the ladder and just hate, really. Like things like being pylon blocked on some maps, or cannon rushed in your natural. And we haven't really gone through a lot of those kind of well, not really anti, but just how to really recover from those type of setbacks. A lot of folks, including myself, sometimes we just don't know what to do. So like whatever we do really inefficiently, whether it's like, I don't know, Nidus or whatever we decide to do. It just ends up being just kind of a clusterfuck to be there's no better description of it. So I kind of wanted to have the guy who's usually super great about kind of figuring out really just your own ways, more unique ways. I don't want to say like just crazy unorthodox ways, but definitely ways that other folks don't usually come up with of handling these situations. So yeah, hopefully you can help out with that, CatZ.
I'll try.
Cool. So why don't we jump into some games? I need to add you though, buddy. I don't have you on friends. Are you in the game?
Yes. Okay. I have 3 accounts. Let me give you this one.
Okay.
I'm on this. I'm typing it on Skype right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm on right now.
Alright, let me add you real quick. You can't see it, so don't worry.
Nice.
What time is it there, by the way?
Just 10 p.m.
Oh, okay, so it's actually Central Time here. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know what time zone. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let me add you to this game, and then we're gonna have Dr. D helping us out today from Area 51. Nice enough to help out. And then we'll get these games started. So, first game I'm gonna have him pylon block you the first game.
Okay.
And you know, and obviously these situations, guys, are a little. You know, the first 2 games are going to be a little bit contrived. You know, it's not going to be. You know, it's not going to be like you're going into a game knowing that somebody's going to pylon block you, of course, right? But really, the intent of this is really to have an episode or a VOD for you guys to ever go back and look at, and you know, see how CatZ kind of, you know, gets through the situation. So, all right, so let's start this up. Starting the game up right now, and it's going to be on Tal'Dur and Malter, or MLG Tal'Dur and Malter. Which folks love to do the triple pylon block, right, between the natural and main. Alright, switching over. Alright. ZVP, you pretty much go standard 15 pull or 14 pull here?
Nope.
Open? Alright.
You go ahead first.
You go hatch first in ZVP. Alright, we're starting it quick tonight.
Yeah, I hedge first every ZVP that I'm allowed. And yeah, usually 3 hatch before pull as well if they go for a Nexus first or Forge Fast Expand.
Okay, right. Do you never have troubles with cannons or anything like that going 15 hatch?
Nope. Well, yeah, but I mean,
Sure
I would say I win way more games than I lose to it. I think it's a risk for both players, and it's a risk that, I mean, they're taking on me, to be honest. I don't know.
Okay.
I very rarely die to it. Like, you know, die.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, because you don't see it too often, you know, at least with a lot of the pros that that you see at some of the tournaments. So that'd be cool. Cool to see. Obviously, economically, it's better for sure. You go quick 3 hatch though, in general, in this matchup.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I haven't actually played this map in quite a long time.
Yeah, this map isn't picked too often these days, I feel like.
Yeah, I have it vetoed as well. I don't even know if it's in the map pool anymore.
Yeah. Is it? It's not, I guess.
Nope, there's a pylon block.
Okay, there it is.
So, okay. Took him a little bit. I mean, I would normally try to stop it, pulling a drone or 2.
Sure. And, you know, this is analogous to just, you know, even getting pylon blocked on a, you know, on a map with a ramp, too, so. Okay, so you don't cancel it. Okay,
Well, I wait for the pylons to go up.
Nice. Alright, so that scout drone is obviously really important.
Yep. I have 2 drones out now. And I am taking double gas behind this, and yeah.
Do you typically have 2 drones out to scout?
No, the other one was the hatch cancelled.
Oh, nice, right. Yeah, gotcha. Alright, so there goes the drone in his base. Okay, he's following. But you have that second one there just in case too. That's cool. Oh, nice juke. Nice.
Yeah, this guy's actually pretty smart. Most people will just click on the drone, and then the drone can easily get away. But he didn't do that. It's good.
Alright, so it looks like you're going early layer here. What strategy are you going to be using here?
It depends. I might go for Mutas or Hydras.
Oh wow, okay, great. So
the Hive is under attack.
Okay, so Zealot. One Zealot's probably not going to kill that hatchery in time.
Yeah, this is actually not good for me. I mean, like against something like this, I would just probably drop a Roach Warren and kill him. But okay, well, I guess I'll just drop the Spire instead.
Okay, so you actually let the hatch finish. Okay.
Yeah, I want him to commit as much as he can commit to that. It's pretty strange that he hasn't dropped an expansion yet as well. There's a stalker out now.
Our forces are under attack.
So is it a good thing that he's building a lot of units here for you?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
It's rather unusual.
Let's see.
It's you know, most people will try to cannon rush it or pull probes.
Right. So he's got even more. Canceled those larvae last minute. Just delaying them even more.
Yep, he also didn't scout the hatchery outside of his base, which is not that great for me actually, but it's okay.
Oh, now he sees it.
Yeah, but he never committed anything to trying to stop it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like a cannon or anything, right? Just to try to kill it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to be going muted, and honestly, you'll be able to get into his main here. Cancel that.
Our forces are under
Again, this is really unusual that he's staying on one base, so this is the best case scenario for him.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's see how this game turns out then. Alright, so trying to get as much damage as possible with this mutas.
Our forces are under attack.
Trying to kill probes at this point.
Yep, looks like he's going for a Twilight Council, so I'm transitioning to Infestors now.
Oh, okay. Now you're breaking out of your base with the spine. Probably only one cannon there. So it feels like you're pretty far behind here. I mean, is it still winnable this game, or?
It's winnable, but I am far behind. I mean, you shouldn't be ahead when you get carbon blocked.
Right. Well,
And
that's true.
again, he kind of did the best thing that he could have done against what I was doing, but he did the worst thing that he could have done against most things.
Right. So what you're saying, you might have been metagaming a little bit.
Oh, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's still not the biggest deal in the world. I feel like I can still win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much the game is going his way in every way.
Okay. Alright, so now you're getting your second, just continuing harassing with those mutas, right? And some more spines up in case he does just come with the
Our forces are under attack.
quick gateway push, probably.
Yeah, I mean, he got the warp gate on the units pretty fast, so I'm definitely worried about something like that.
Our forces are under attack.
Alright, gonna clear out that cannon so he can't see anything else after this.
Yeah, I want to try to hide my Infestors.
And the Infestors should kind of hopefully even out the army differential, right? Because Infestors are so cost efficient.
Yep, basically, like, the best thing for me would be that he attacks here soon, but he didn't. So now I'm gonna go for a timing attack with him.
Okay. Infesterlings here, I guess.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically there's a few phases that I go through with this build, and obviously, so any of those things work, I win, is how I see it. So first the proxy hatch failed. Second, the hatch outside of his base failed because he didn't scout it. and third, the mutas failed because they didn't do much, and he already, like, again, he made units before expanding.
Right.
So, yeah, now the third thing that I'm gonna do is this infestor link timing, or if he attacks me, and then try to stabilize after that.
I see.
Our forces are
I like that. I like the way I like the way you kind of arrange that though. Like basically having these this kind of tiered system where there is like situations where you win in each of those tiers. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean at the same time, I guess it's cool that he has been doing everything he needs to be doing because
yeah, but I
he
guess
gets to
typical.
show all the.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean this is basically an otherwise lost game. You know, and I've already had a few shots at trying to kill him or do damage.
I see.
metamorphosis complete.
All right, gonna take your probably double expand here after you get kill that rock. Right. Skip some. Hopefully cut some corners. Get back in. Into this. I'm seeing how far behind you are. It doesn't seem like you're crazy far, actually.
Considering everything that's been going on, yeah, it's a pretty good build. I mean,
Yeah. All right, so here comes that. What's that timing attack you were talking about?
no, Colossus is the one thing that I don't want to encounter with it, and everything else should take damage from it. Oh, I fucked it up a little bit. Okay. Gotta re-kill my infested turns.
Oh, I see. That's. Yeah, the order of doing that is kind of nice. Oh wow! Look at all those volleyballs. Oh my gosh! I feel like that whole base is gonna be gone.
Yeah, I mean, I need to
Colossus,
target
right?
fire. Oh, there's a Colossus
Oh, that's
now.
one. You're gonna get a free one now. Oh, you want the Nexus though, right? Yeah. Looks like we're gonna take down the Nexus and then the robotic. Oh, it's so close. Oh, they just died. That's what I think they just all timed out there.
Yeah, now I can go for a second wave if I want. He's going Colossus, I already have a Spire, so I might start making Corruptors now. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I have a small window here since he went for the Colossus before the Observer. Otherwise, he would have spotted my Infestors, so I'm gonna go try to kill his third as well. Since I'm moving out, I'm gonna have to keep producing Infestors behind it. So.
Just for defense, yeah, gotcha. Is it gonna survive?
Depleted.
We didn't have that many drones there anyways.
Yeah, that's not a big deal at all.
Yeah. Okay, so here comes another incoming infested Terran crazy attack here.
Mineral field depleted.
You use the wheel for this?
No.
Might have to ask you about that later. Just the mechanics or the micro mechanics of that. Nice. Picked off the Nexus. Gonna get a few more kills or 2 on probes and 4 probes. There we go.
Yeah, just when that happens, just hold position is the best thing that you can do on the infested terrain, so they don't try to attack the units.
Nice. Oh, that's a good suggestion right there. I never thought of that.
Mineral field depleted.
Yeah, so yeah, if you hold position, they'll just
fire anything.
stay in
close by.
place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so now that you've picked off 2 Nexus, are you back in this game? Like,
I think so. I mean, he's gonna try to kill me now, but that's why I've been making spines and infestors behind us.
I mean, shit.
And I
I mean,
have
you've got 21 investors. I mean, 20 investors are like 100 infested terrorists.
Under attack.
Yeah, probably use them for fungals.
Yeah.
It's the better choice here. Chokes.
Okay. Power the infestor, man.
The hive cluster is under attack.
I didn't kill that pylon.
Oh yeah, it's probably nearby. That fourth right there. Cancel. Okay, Link going to scout again. Looks like he's still at home there.
Yep. So now I'm gonna go check his fourth, and yeah, most people will just freak out and counterattack it. This guy didn't. He sent one blink stalker, which is pretty smart. Because if he had counterattacked, he would have just died.
Alright, nice pick off of that observer. Zergs definitely don't clean up observers enough. They just seem to always just have free reign on scouting once they get to that point.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, doesn't look like he's got a fourth there, but...
Yeah, I definitely have more infestors than I want. Not well. That sounds stupid, but like
that coming from your mouth, that just seems blasphemous.
I would normally go for. Yeah, and that's because
Forces are under attack.
that's because again I was making units before.
Metamorphosis complete.
For you, yeah, you typically would have, right?
The hive cluster
Huh?
is under attack.
You were making units just because like, you were afraid of the counterattack,
Our
right?
forces
Yes.
are under attack.
So I needed to make infestors because the other ones were without energy.
Our
Oh.
forces are under attack.
I was gonna get picked off. Oh, that's a war prison.
Yeah, that warp prison's gonna be pretty annoying, but you've got like, holy crap, like 12, 13 corruptors there to take care of that warp prison if he happens to fly through, fly across there, one shot. Oh, almost done volley.
Our forces
Okay.
are under attack.
A fake one? That's fake to me.
The hive cluster
Nope,
is under
beat these one.
attack.
Oh, bastard.
No, it's gonna go down again. That's annoying because I really need a fourth.
God, he must have gotten that DT like right before you killed him.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, looks like he's pushing across the map now.
He can't really push into me right now.
Just waiting for brutes at this point, looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Our
but-
forces are under
There
attack.
he goes. The third. Oh, but you got a great angle with your corruptors here. Oh, he's got
gotta be
stone there. That's nice.
Yeah, it should be fine for me. Just gotta be careful to not overcommit my infestors. Fungals one at a time. With one at a time.
Oh my god, he was crushing this.
The swing guys are exhausted.
Guys, give me those wings to pop out soon. Looks like the rings are about to pop out, and once they're out, I think you'll be fine against these stalkers. There they are. Oh, nice one there. Oh, he's sticking off the cruiser, so
Yeah, it's,
alright, so state of the game right now. I mean, is it favored one way or the other right now?
he might be favored because I think he took a fourth.
Okay.
I kind of needed to keep those birds alive, so more of them in a pretty bad place there.
Let me see. Okay, so you're checking the fourth now. There's a pack of zealots obviously running over there.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Oh, I gotta get that tank
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, finish, Spines, finish! there you go. Nice roaches.
Yeah, he actually took my Greater Spire during that thing.
Oh, with the roaches and there.
Yeah, now I'm definitely way behind.
Yeah. Alright, so gotta push, right, of course. If they're going with the brood lords and infestors. So do some damage here at the natural. Looks like you're gonna do a lot of damage here. Oh wow, you can throw them from that far? That's cool. Did not know you could throw them across the chasm there. That's cool.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah.
Burrow. Alright, looks like he's pushing across the map there.
Hey, and that's a really good call again.
Our forces are under attack.
It's kind of a base trade scenario at this point.
Well, yeah, I can. Like, I'm in a way unfavorable spot to win the base trade right now.
Yeah, he's got a lot more. He's got more bases. He's got the stronger army too, I think. So.
Yeah.
Got a lot of investors though. Holy crap. Well, you think this is worth playing out, or you wanna?
Oh, I usually never leave.
Okay. That's what I like to hear, man. People never leave. Never give up. Actually, I think we got a distinct shot to kill this army. Oh, Rogue. Alright, took a huge chunk out of that army, but...
Yeah, I lost my fourth as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we can...
Alright, GG. Well, I mean, obviously didn't win the game, but I think there were a lot of good tips from that. I think the main thing to take from that was that you're just able to come back to the extent that you did with just mass investors.
Yeah.
That was actually that was almost like a game-changing type of strategy. I mean, or just, composition.
Yeah. I told you, like, before the show, I really, like, never know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Before a game starts. So it's, it's really hard trying to play into something.
Right, exactly.
Again, he didn't respond to my proxy hatch or my hatchery outside of his base, so I could have just not gone mute us.
Okay, yeah. Well, why don't we? So I mean, that was definitely my original idea of us trying to do that, but it just seems like it's a bit too unnatural at this point. So why don't we just switch gears? Why don't we just play normal games? Does that sound good?
Yeah, we can do that. The thing is, my unorthodox style or whatever. It's just
marketed, I think.
it's not. I just play reactive, and I can't do stuff that doesn't make sense. So I can't. It's really hard for me to say, okay, you're gonna get pylon blocked right now, because then I have to let the pylon block go up, and then I have, it's really hard playing into, within a box, so to say.
And I know how you are too. I mean, you're just the complete opposite of that. So
I don't have unorthodox strategies or builds. I can 7 pool against Protoss if you want. I can open with a 7 pool. Yeah. Because that's an opener. But I can't go into a game knowing that I'll do a build if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, in a way, a way me saying unorthodox, it definitely was a little mismarketed. I didn't really mean it so much as that as much as you're just open to, using lots of just, the way you think about the game. It's just very, it's thinking outside the box. That's definitely the description I would say. So, yeah, it was kind of my mistake in using the word unorthodox. So. Okay, let's just play.
The word doesn't bother me at all.
Oh.
It's like the whole concept of playing into a certain strategy. It's It's just so hard because that's like not how I play. I play a reactive. I never go into a game knowing what I'm gonna do.
Right, and that's like
except for the opener. Yeah.
That's that's the great way to play, especially when you're playing Zerg too. All right, let's just play some regular games, and if let's just see how they come out, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty to talk about, or just really great tips to take from them. So, what map you want to do? It's a good map.
Any map is fine.
All right, how about let's do Daybreak. It's always a safe one. Always a fun one. What do we do here? Get the same guy, Dr. D. Dr. D. I wonder what the D stands for. Alright, here we go. Alright, so just let them know we're not doing anything special here. We're just going to play normal games. So what do you think about the current metagame these days? Like, I mean, do you watch tournaments, or do you... I know you don't watch streams, but do you watch tournaments at all? No?
Not really, unless unless a teammate or a friend is playing.
I see. Are you familiar with how Stefano's playing it right now, or...?
Nope.
Okay. Never mind then. There goes my segment there.
Nice.
No problem. Okay, so again, 15 hatch, right?
Yeah. Either 15 hatch or 7 pool is like my main openers.
Okay.
CVP. I do mix up 14 like quote unquote standard play, but not too often. Like, say if I had to play and control in a tournament, I would probably do that.
Why is that exactly?
Well, he knows how I play, for starters. Like, so that's TT1 for instance. So if they know that I'm gonna go for a 3 hatch before bull, they can like double like pylon block, which is like completely unusual. I mean, 2 orbits.
Oh gosh, I know what you mean.
So yeah, like where most players wouldn't ever block with double pylon, like, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It would be just like just a single kind of layer. They probably just layer it down, the kind of thing. Or you talking about the ramp? You talking about the ramp, or are you talking about? Oh no, you're talking about the natural where the bases are. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
No, yeah, where the bases are. Like, you see he's blocking that hatchery, but he doesn't have a pylon on the other one. TT1 probably right now.
I see. Yeah, that's pretty nasty, and there's a pylon on each of them.
Yeah.
So annoying. Yep.
So right now I'm actually looking for him to drop a pylon if he wants to. I don't care.
So when do you get pulling this?
It depends. He's going for a Nexus first, so I'm probably gonna go for a hatch.
3 hatch,
3 hatch
purple. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Never tried this build. It'd be interesting to see how it works out. You're gonna get like an 18 third hatch. Nice. Sweet.
I'm dropping my pull because I'm assuming he's placing a pylon here to kind of rush this maybe, but I don't see a probe.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, normally I should have an overlord there, and I don't need to drop the pull that early.
Got it. When you're talking like compared to the Protoss, like when do you have to have the pull down? When he's building the cyber core or something like that?
I just usually have it like at 18 supply. I make an overlord, and when that pops out, I make like 2 more drones, and then I drop the pool.
Okay.
And then that's perfect because I can continue to make drones and make 3 queens as soon as the hatcheries are done.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, right now like I can make 2 queens and I gotta wait for the other one, and yeah.
You must have a sick roach max time. Like whatever that time is. 11-minute roach max time.
Yeah, I don't really do that very often.
Yeah, but I can't imagine you doing it. Getting the 3 hatches so early, and it seems like the drone, the larva spin is like perfect with the drones. For well, you got a little bit stored up right now, but I guess it's that overlord.
Yeah, it's mainly because I got the pull earlier.
Right. There we go. How many queens do you typically have creeping in this matchup?
Creeping?
I mean, not creep. Throwing down creep tumors.
Just one when I get it.
Okay, so there's the 4th one, I guess, in this case. Cool.
Yep.
Alright, so just clearing out that. So you got a good look at his gas, so you kind of know he's only on 3, or at least you only saw 3 there. Or the one at the natural. Oh, you got a drone in there. I didn't see that.
Yep.
You didn't even build a cannon? Wow.
Yeah, right now I'm
That's greedy.
like I would have already dropped Roach Horn, but I didn't because he has 3 gas really early on. I was not expecting that. See what I can do.
He's pressuring. Good old queens now. Just delaying for the wings to come out here. Wings and queens are pretty good. Spine up front. Good.
Looks like it was just some fake pressure, just didn't really make sense. So that's nice that he was for fake pressure though. It's good.
You're afraid of the like a quick like 5-6 gate or 7 gate open?
No, because he didn't have, or he took the 3 gases really early, so I was really confused as to what he was doing.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That was kind of... Yeah, I was going to ask you that too, I guess. It's not usually indicative of that attack.
If I was playing, say, Sase or something like that, you know, I would know for a fact that he is just faking it, because otherwise the 3 gate wouldn't make sense, but this guy was actually, like I don't know him, so you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like
making mistakes or he's like purposely trying to fake you out type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if he's dumb enough to go 3 gas and you know. So
that's another way to put it. Yeah. Okay, so at this point. Okay, looks like you're going back, going to Infestors and getting dropped too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also taking a 4th and probably maybe a 5th as well soon. Because he took a pretty fast 3rd behind that. That was really clever of him. Again, like, I'm not trying to call this guy dumb. He's actually pretty smart. So far, pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that basically feigning that type of pressure, he ended up just buying a lot of time to saturate that 3rd and get that wall up, that gateway wall. So the biggest thing, right?
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Double expanding. Alright, there's these infestors. I see infestor drops in the future. Just guessing.
Yeah, I usually drop some infestors to a mineral line, but it's mainly roaches that I drop.
Okay.
One person. Yep.
Clean up the man here.
Oh, there's a nice attack behind it.
Yeah. We got some units here actually. Pushing away, but
Yeah, this is again pretty unusual pressure of what he's doing.
yeah. Probably feels kind of similar to what he was doing before. He's probably either building
just
infrastructure
getting
or
a base,
getting another
probably,
base. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
It's pretty clever.
Seems to be typically a technique that Zergs use, pressure and get bases up. So kind of interesting to see when other races implement a similar strategy.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that every Protoss on Terran should do,
Yeah.
especially against Zerg. Oh,
Yeah, got some PTs. Not much you can do about that match, but at least the others will probably be ready for it. Here comes that drop. Both pressuring each other. It's not bad. Nice burrow. There's a lot of gas you just used there on the CTs. Nice draw from the natural. Looks like a draw coming in the third now. Kind of puts him in an all-in situation, I feel like.
yeah, almost. He's done a lot of damage.
I think he's almost killed so many birds.
Yeah, really nice.
Protoss don't do that enough. Situation here. Alright, let's see what the worker count looks like. Well, you still killed way more workers than him.
Yeah, I feel like I should definitely be ahead. Except I didn't kill his Nexus, which is a little bit disappointing. I'll go and try to kill it.
Oh, you mean his main?
Yeah. I'm fairly certain he has a fourth as well that I haven't scouted yet. Up in the front, so I'm gonna go kill that as well.
Alright. Investors. You just waiting for fungal or?
Oh, just gonna drop resistant damage.
There we go. Snipe that Nexus. So it only takes like maybe 2 volleys a day. I might as well kill the DT actually. Oh! Man, kill. Okay, there goes Nexus.
Yep, now I'm going for the kill on the fourth.
Pushing the front. Lots of impressive turns up there. Or not.
Mostly just fun real quick. I drop impressive turns with the remainder, whatever I have left.
Gonna have to ask you about that a little bit after the game. Just when to impressive turn versus fungal. So we want to take out that It's really good for him.
Yeah.
Pretty tight game though. Still got the 4 though in the Overlord.
Yeah.
That thing is. I have.
They don't really have enough energy to do much right now. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shoot, I was thinking the Roaches video for once. Actually, you're gonna get this Nexus too. Nice. Got something else on this side? There you go. Nice sniper. Gonna go pressure the 4th again, I bet. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, couldn't borrow that one either.
Getting those overlords out of there. All right, but it's pretty close game right now. I mean, guys keep just picking each other's bases off, having to start over again.
Yeah, he should be able to kill his 4th. I think it's maybe not Jesus reinforced.
Yeah, this is gonna put you over the edge here.
Yep.
Nice, GG. Yeah, I just love the way, man. I just love the way you use Infesticon. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about, like, you know, I've tried to guess when you've been been fungling versus using Infestaterra, and I've been wrong twice. So, you know, talk to me a little bit about that situation, like in this particular case, where you had the, you know, you're attacking the 4th. You had the Stalkers there, right? You decided to actually hold off and I think you threw like maybe 4 or 5 in the beginning, just to maybe probably tank a little bit, and then you know you basically used 2 rounds of fungals, I think, on the Stalkers. And then after that, you threw the rest of the Infestaterrans. You know, explain to me a situation like that versus just throwing all Infestaterrans there.
Well, if I throw all Infestaterrans, I'm more likely to kill the base, but I'm less likely to kill the army because it can just run away, and then I'm vulnerable because I have no energy. Whereas with the fungals, I am choosing to keep the army in place because I feel like I have an advantage and I should be able to take the army.
I see. Okay, got it. Makes sense.
So you can mix those up as well, but like I'd rather just use the last remaining energy to make sure that I have fungals because again I'm trying to kill an army. Like I was wrong to fungal at the end of that fight because you reinforced and actually managed to push me back. But if I kill the army, I win the game. If I kill like the base and he keeps the army, he could still, you know, counterattack and kill me with it.
Right. So I mean, so I guess in the case of, you know, like you were saying like you wanted to kill the army, so you don't think that extra. Man, I don't know how many Infestaterrans would have that been. That would have been an extra maybe 8 Infestaterrans, I guess. That, yeah, I guess that doesn't help. However many like Stalkers there were there.
I mean, it would have probably been more than that, but yeah, I mean the Stalkers are not gonna fight a fight that they can't win.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, they'll just blink away and run away. Yep, I gotcha. I got what you mean.
Yeah. So he wouldn't lose anything but the Nexus. He was still on 2 or 3 base and probably not saturated. So it's killing the army was a much bigger win than killing the expansion there.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. There's always that tipping point too with the Protoss army too against the Zerg army. So keeping the army as small as possible too is always good. Good stuff. Okay, let's play one more with this guy, and then we'll switch it up in the ZVT.
Okay.
Cloud Kingdom. What do you think of this map?
It's an okay map, not bad.
Yeah, I like this map. It seems to be interesting dynamics on this map.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the open third, the kind of triple. The triple entrance to the third usually makes it a little problematic for Protoss, right? Having to, they can't just block it off with like four gateways.
The third?
Yeah, their third. You know, like the third that's like at the top or the bottom of the S. Like right now the third.
No, there's. You can block one of the ways and then just actually this map is really nice for Protoss expanding. I feel like.
Really? Okay.
Like, cause you can block the natural rocks with just 2 gateways until those rocks are down, and then you can add a third one and a pylon maybe.
Oh, that's true.
And then you can block the other ramp, and then you only have to defend one place, which is also where your units are gonna leave from. So I don't know. I think you had Puck on the pro corner before, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does that every game again in on this map.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I think he does too. But typically though, if you were to do that on another map, I mean, you would have had all the openings blocked, right? Like on Daybreak, right? I mean, he blocked his third completely with just 4 gateways, right? At least you still have an opening here. Sure, he has to defend it, but he can just defend it. But at least there's actually an opening at the third.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I don't know. I would have never really attacked into a choke anyways.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, speaking of Puck, man, I actually love the way he plays. PvZ. Like, I almost think it's going to be future meta, the way he plays. Like with the mass drop.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
That's so good. I mean, it's kind of like transcending race type of good. Like, I feel like he plays it like a Terran plays, ZB, or TVZ. Sometimes, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like Puck had obviously just a little better multitask. Obviously he can work on that easy and crazy good, I think. I mean, watching him sometimes when it's rolling is like, how do you stop that?
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, so going 7 pool here, right?
Yep.
Good. Cool to show us.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different follow-ups, but we'll see what I can do here. I'm gonna try to pick up a probe or two if I can, but I don't want to commit my links. I don't want to lose any links.
Got a probe there.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, the cannon on the ridge is smart. It's what the Protoss are doing now to protect the forge.
Yeah.
It's really smart.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Since he did that, I feel like he overcommitted a little bit. I mean, he is gonna protect the forge, so. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that much unless he's gonna cannon you or something. Retaliation, but who knows? He might. Who knows? Oh, nice! I love the chase away immediate hatch. Gotta try that. Alright, just trying to harass, do as much harassment as possible, but he's got good coverage on that cannon.
Yeah, not over there, so I'm gonna try to kill that.
So, main reason for this, for 7 pool is, obviously sometimes you can do a lot more damage than you did, but, again, you totally slow down his expansion. It's pretty even at this point, would you say? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of follow-ups. Had I killed the forge, I could roll in him as well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's it, and then I'm playing my comfort zone as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say we're even if I'm not ahead.
Alright, getting your natural.
Yeah, I usually never make any more than the first 6 links, and unless it goes unscouted. Like if he doesn't see, I'm 7 pulling. If he fails to scout, then I'll do something else and continue to make links. But otherwise, I just stay on those 7 links, 6 links.
Right. Alright, getting that scout from that overlord. That overlord's always so important.
Just making sure he's not going for an all-in or any sword here.
Right. Alright, getting all 4 gassers. Alright, getting...
Yep.
Okay, now taking a third too. Okay, cool. You ever go Muta in this matchup?
Rarely. I don't think they're bad. I just don't do it. I don't know. I don't like them too much. It's personal.
Yeah.
Personal choice, I suppose. Yeah.
It's the beauty of this game. I mean, you can play all kinds of different styles in the matchups, and you know they're fairly equal. I mean, there's never been like a dominant style in this matchup.
I do use Muta. You know, it's just not as often as I would use other stuff.
That blasted pylon, it's so hard to get surface area on that one. Alright. So roach worm's going up.
Yeah, he moved out and warp gate is done. I kind of want to search and find that. Oh, like...
Oh, is that me? Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry about that. Okay, got two of them there. Oh, I got a sentry at least, though. That's nice. Alright, speed's almost done. Speed's gonna help you a lot here. Yep, speed's done now.
Yeah, it's a lot of solids. So.
Yeah, a lot. I'll kill the pylons though.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. And wait for the road.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose a third though. Right.
If I can trade his army for it, it's fine.
Yeah. Next round. Yeah, and that's a really good point that you pointed out there was about trading the army for the base is completely worth it for you because now you have a crap load more units than he does.
Yeah, so I can deny his third and make sure I can retake mine again, or be aggressive if he allows me. But he has a few sentries, so that's gonna be enough.
Oh, we didn't even
I have
start
burrow
it.
as well.
Nice.
So I can do a few things here. I'll just go for another infestor timing here.
Okay.
So I have the gas for it. But yeah, I guess behind it I'll just drone up and take another base.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, again, I forgot to ask you about the micro mechanics of throwing, because I noticed that one part where you reset your queue, like your queued actions. On that, well, I'll ask you later. You definitely did something interesting. I will point out later. Is that a D? What is that? Oh no, it's not. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm gonna attack. Oh, he might try to take a third. So I'm gonna attack his. Just gonna attack his natural with it. Oh, DT.
Our drones are under attack. Our drones are under attack.
Well, PT did.
Our forces are under
Oh,
attack.
actually, these didn't do that much damage, but did get
I
your
killed
army
a big
though.
chunk of my army. Yeah, wasn't even looking at that.
Alright, but you did delay his third even a little bit more. Got your infestors now, so your infestors, I don't know, just in the previous games, your infestors seem to be highly cost efficient, so don't have to be nearly as big. Actually, it looks like you do have more units than I know. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this engagement here. Go advance there. did something with fungal there. Yeah, very nice fungal with sentries. Sure do die quick, don't they? That's a turn.
Yeah. But that was a good trade for me, I feel like.
Yeah, he lost all his sentries. That felt really, really good for you. You didn't lose. You might have lost what, one infestor maybe? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe a couple roaches here and there.
Yeah.
Now he has a robo, so...
What's a good infestor number for you?
It really depends on the game. There's like not even a magic number, because say you're playing against Bio or against a heavy gateway player, then you're gonna need more infestors, because if they keep reinforcing and you're out of energy, you die. Whereas if you're playing a passive turn or you know shit like that, you can get away with making like a few, like 4 infestors and taking really fast. So there's no magic number. Every game is different.
Right, right. All right, swinging around. ET's gonna be so annoying, but it's gonna be easily cleaned up. That's a big engagement at the top there. Oh.
Wow.
Damn chain fungal nerf.
Yeah.
There to 10, Oh, nice.
Models are pretty good units.
Yeah, they are.
That's fine though. It wasn't a bad engagement.
That's still good for you. Yeah, I was gonna say that's still a good trade for you. All right, coming into the natural. You're obviously going to reinforce much faster than him, and you fix so many reinforced entries. Now, that's so good. We don't use it enough anymore, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, bro. Well, I took out your fourth during that, but again, you're just harassing the third. Not hard, right? Just really pulling them apart here. Good job of bouncing them back. Yeah, exactly. There goes the natural Nexus. We'll probably clean this up, but again, that seemed very worth it to you, and you just remax again for the most part.
Oh yeah, pretty good spot. Pretty good.
Alright, Roach is entering the main. That's going to pull him even further apart here. Right. good.
Yep, pretty underused.
Yeah, it's every matchup too. Yeah. All right, taking the bottom right. Smart. Looks like you have a firm grasp of this game. Given he doesn't have a fourth there, right? And you just killed the game. Good pick off by him there, but you're going damage now. It's natural. Team there, nice. Nice to narrow again. Yeah, narrowing mortars was so important. So good. Which is good when there's no immortals.
Yeah, they're definitely way better without immortals.
Out there chasing it, but again, you're just at this point, you're just like constantly just making units the whole time. So I'm getting good trades with them. So there just shouldn't be a way for them to keep up with you here.
No, he should be dying next minute.
Alright, GG. See, I told you it's hard to hold that third.
Hmm?
No, I was just saying, I told you it's hard to hold that third for Protoss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I don't know, he was a little bit behind taking it, I think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a little late. Alright, why don't we try to get one ZBT in here?
No, I meant like behind in the game. Like I felt like he was already behind when he took it.
Oh, when he took
I don't know.
it? Oh.
Yeah, cause
Did you
like,
have an exchange before that? I don't even.
Yeah, I killed his entire army.
Oh,
my
that's
third.
right, with the sentries. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think even going into that, I was a little bit ahead from the 7 pool. But I don't know. It's hard to say. Like the 7 pool killed one probe. You know, like if someone watches a 7 pool, it's like, oh, all in, cheeser. But like my 7 pool killed one probe, and I was still ahead, I think, or at least even.
Yeah, kind of explain that a little bit. Like, why is that exactly? Why are you ahead, given that, I mean, again, you didn't kill anything there except for like a pylon and a probe or two.
Yeah.
How does that put you ahead? I mean, that just doesn't seem to be, it doesn't seem to add up in my head for some reason.
Well, the thing is, he was going for a forge fast expand. The only hard counter to that is like double 10 gate. So there's not really a hard counter to it, you know?
Right.
And yeah, anything else will take some sort of damage from it or will give me control of the game. Like, there's even by him saving his forge, there was another 150 minerals that he invested in a cannon right away. And that was telling me that he was going to expand. So it allowed me to get all 4 of my gases and a really fast 3 hatch. So it really suits my style because I play a very reactive style. And, I can figure out what the best thing I can do based on what the response to the 7 pool is. Like some people will wall off with a gateway and forge and yeah, I mean it always does damage. If it doesn't, it gives me complete map control, and then I can go all in or whatever I want to do. And it's like I only make 6 links and then drones, and the queen gets out so fast with a 7 pool because it's a 7 pool that you're not that far behind in larva. Like worst case scenario, you're a tiny bit behind, and I don't do it in maps where worst case scenario, they wall off, they lose absolutely nothing, and they were going for something like a 12 forge, right?
Right.
So like that's a really safe build by Protoss. Any Protoss that was intending to go for a 17 Nexus will take heavy damage. And if they're being super safe, then that's okay, because if I do no damage, then I get map control and I can like do a sick all-in behind it.
Right. I mean, you can do a sick all-in, or you can just like cut corners and just like catch up, you know, to the point where you were going to be anyways, right? Just given with the early queen. And,
yeah, but then you'd play a little bit from behind.
I
If
see. If you took
if they go for a forge, like for something like a 12 forge, and then wall it off, wall their stuff off really fast, and they have already, like even if they wall their shit off, like you should be able to kill a gateway or a forge before the cannon goes up, unless it's a really early forge.
Oh, I see. What's the all-in that you're talking about, by the way? Is it just Ling? I mean, yeah. What composition is that all-in you're talking about?
Spine crawler, Ling.
Oh shit, spine crawler. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
fun.
have lair by then, I guess, right?
No, I pull my first queen out and walk the first queen to their base while making a second queen, and only if they're completely walled off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And or if I feel like it, and I got into their main and I feel like their tech is behind.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then I'll continue to make drones up until like 24, 25, and then or maybe like less than that actually, maybe like 20 or 21, between 21 and 25, let's say, and then I pull like 7 drones, do a hatchery, cancel, drop a creep tumor, and make like 7 spines and push with all my spines and lings.
Right.
It's
Okay. Wow. I wish I would have seen that actually, because that sounds pretty cool. All right. Let's. Well, maybe next time. We're gonna do ZVT this time.
okay.
So, do you like this matchup, or, you know, obviously we've just been doing ZVP all night. So, what do you think of ZVT?
I think it's Zerg favorite, but it's definitely not my best matchup. I play it really safe.
Okay.
It's my CVT is still pretty decent. I feel like, I don't know.
I'm guessing you like investors in ZVT.
Yeah, yeah, I like them since the beta.
Exactly. I remember you were using them for a long time in this matchup.
Yeah,
Well, everybody was using mutas, so.
yeah. At some point, I switched to middling mainly, and DRG was helping with that. So I didn't I wanted to, like learn it because I had the best teacher in the world, and did okay with it for a while. But then went back to this, and DRG actually ended up switching too. So.
How often do you still talk to DRG these days?
Not as often as I'd like. He doesn't log on Skype anymore as much. He used to a lot more when there was the Complexity MVP partnership thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, since then, he doesn't log on that much on Skype. And I used to play in Korea server, and I don't anymore because of I don't have good latency. So it's just like we inter-exchange messages, but rarely it's like, hey, how you doing? And then 3 days later, he's like, hey, how,
Right. That's not much of a conversation. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Yeah, I know your internet's not great in Peru, right? Is it even possible to get good internet? I mean...
yeah, it just costs a lot of money, and you need to get it in, you need to live in an area where they provide it, which I think we do. But we don't have an office. We play at home, obviously, so it's even harder. But we're gonna try to get it anyways. It's gonna be like $1,500 a month.
1,500. Man, what are you getting? Like a T1 in your place, or that's a lot.
That's
Holy
just
shit.
like what we're
Oh my
that's what it's
God.
gonna cost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's for the privileged, obviously. Wow.
Well, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I made another overlord by mistake.
All right. So 15 hatch. What was that? 15 pull?
Yeah.
Or was it 16? Okay, 15 pull. Cool. Some folks like to do 16 and really push it sometimes.
No, I mix it up. I'm not sure if it's a 15 or 16. I mean, you can do 17 for all I care about.
Yeah, I think Demanga is 17 actually. But
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's very little risk. I used to do 16 pull, 17 hatch, but since with this build I take the gases a little bit later, getting the queens out and having the extra larva actually makes it so my economy is better.
I see. I see. Do you like to go that kind of 6 queen style where you're just like obviously defending against those reactor Hellion builds, but creeping like a madman afterwards?
No, I only go for 4 queens.
4.
I take my third really safely and slowly.
Okay.
Normally, yeah.
Good deal. Yeah, I feel like that's been the biggest change. You know, everybody always talks about the queen buff and just shutting down any of the Hellion play, which I guess is it's really the same thing. But I mean, the creep spread nowadays for Zerg, I feel like in general they just gotten better, but it seems to have something to do with just having more queens on the map. I mean, they seem to pay attention to it more than they used to, just because.
More so than the amount of queens on the map is that queens can like kill Hellions and you can chase them out. Like you can be like, okay, you can't touch this creep tumor with your queens.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Whereas before you couldn't, because you could get kited forever. So.
Do you think that?
I think that's what it is.
Have you seen the QXC bunker that he uses sometimes to like still contain creep?
Yeah.
Does that have any Does that have I mean, do you think that's valid, or do you think that's a good strategy, or
valid? Yeah. I mean, it's also an
Valid's
investment
fine
for
to
her.
right?
Like everything comes at a cost, but I think it's good, and I think creep, like containing creep, is one of the most important aspects of TVZ for Terran. So.
Yeah, definitely.
So I usually put my lair first, before speed, and then I start making WO chambers speed, and I start mass producing links. So you can see I don't go for a super fast third or super aggressive third, and I'm not super, not super greedy or anything, but I'm safe against all the annoying timings.
Mm-hmm.
I take a different advantage in the tech department, getting faster everything. So things like Cloak Banshee and shit like that doesn't annoy me as much as it might other Zerg players.
I see. Okay, yeah. So just playing safer and hopefully catching up or outplaying them just in mid game, right?
Yep. The only thing that this strat falls behind to is fast 3 CCs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Really, and then everything else it's just even. So, but I mean, yeah. See, that's why there's no creep, because I can put my queens there and they can't deny it.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Alright, got your lings.
Yep. When I have enough, I'll go and surround those Hellions. Oh, he's bringing a ton.
There's a lot of Hellions.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Alright, getting pathogen glands. Once the infestors come out, it pretty much shuts all this down.
Yeah, also when they have this many Hellions, they don't really or shouldn't really have much back at home, so I'm gonna go for a run by.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Banshee too. Wow. Interesting.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, this lane counter usually, I mean, unless they like close their hole, it almost certainly like does damage here.
Yeah.
Here it is. He didn't quite block that. But actually, that bunker is pretty well closed.
Yeah, it's a nice bunker, definitely. But I mean, he's still gonna take heavy damage from it. That's a pretty nice SimCity here, so.
Yeah, that was. He didn't take that much damage actually, but I think at least he was distracted for a little bit here. Some backs around the Hellions. Oh, there's the combo. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Fungus couldn't have ended it. I was quite
So now I go retake my third. Those links also serve me as scouting, that he doesn't have a turret there. So I can go and burrow those infestors and potentially do a lot of damage with them. I'll still send one link in front just to make sure.
So
I don't...
So does that number of Hellions prompt you to think mech, or?
Yeah, for the most part, but I don't really tech switch too fast anyways.
Okay. Okay, so there's the rush one. That's kind of what I was wondering about the timing of that. Alright, third going up. Rings. It's always annoying picking off that SUV. Okay, so now you're taking your third. And now here come the infestors in the main. Man, he just opened the door for you there.
I mean, everyone does. I just checked to see if he had a turret there. It's a really no cost at all that I do this. Like, and it works so often, it's ridiculous. You know, like I don't risk anything by doing this.
Yeah, I got you. You still have infestors at home too to defend. I mean, this is so good. People should just be more aggressive with infestors, like you.
Yeah, you have to make more infestors, like when you do something like this. But I mean, for the most part, again, like I'm not risking anything by having all these infestors here. Like I didn't risk him, like unless he like scans, which has happened to me maybe once. You know, or like random scan in their base while I'm walking inside, then there's nothing much. I mean, I scouted for turrets before that. He had no detection.
Are you just waiting for full energy? Because man, I would have blew my load once
yeah.
I got in there. I'd been like, oh my god, I want to throw in.
I'm waiting for enough energy to potentially kill this command center. And I drop infested turrets at the main, and then when he transfers to the natural, I'll fungal everything there.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna kill the main and fungal. Oh,
Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, how many was that? 39. Oh my god. Killed the command center, and it's good enough. Yeah, he's so far behind now after that.
The hive cluster is under attack.
That's pretty darn good. Looks like he was transitioning to biotank. I mean,
yeah, by the looks of it.
Or bionic, whatever they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, roach infestor is just fine against it though.
Mutation complete.
You know, all these games you pretty much use roach infestor. Seems like it's your preferred composition.
Infestors is definitely a unit that I use a lot, but like whether I go roaches or lings or something else is varies a lot.
I see.
It just so happens that, you know, I thought he was making, so I went roaches.
Got it.
But like again, like if he's like roaches are still good against what he's doing, so he's gonna die here.
Watch this fungal. GG, nice game. Oh, that's quick. Alright, well, you know, that kind of ended a little bit sooner than I thought, but I don't think we'll have time for another, game, so why don't we start taking some questions from the viewers. If you guys want to ask some questions, you can ask them in stream chat, or you can add me on Skype. My Skype ID is ChanmanV. Sorry, I'm looking at chat over here on my laptop, trying this out for once. I usually have the chat on my other screen, but I kind of like having to like XSplit up on the other screen so I can actually see it instead of whenever I like some overlay's not there. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you have any questions, let's see. Okay, first question, Rebor. What do you think about metas in ZVZ?
They're good. I usually actually open metas in CVC. It's my go-to build. Sometimes I go infestors, but for the most part, metas.
Okay, great. It says, what gives you trouble in TVZ? Like what types of strategies or timings?
Just because my go-to opener is so safe. The only time, or one of the only times where I switch it up really is when they go for a command center first and I scout it, and then I'll go like 3 hatch before pull. But otherwise, it's so safe and so low on drones to be able to account for every timing while taking up so fast that really fast 3 base or even 4 bases what annoys me the most. But it's not by any means an auto loss. There's plenty of things that turns can do. Late game, battle cruisers and ravens are really good. Bio play is extremely good against infestor ling as well. It's really unexplored. Like a few people do it and do it really well, like with mass medevacs and stuff.
Right. Okay, we actually got a caller here. I'm gonna actually bring up the chat here in my main window so I can see it better. But I keep looking over at my laptop. It's like kind of weird. But we got Theo here. We're gonna have him see how we do with trollers today.
Okay.
Theo Dagger. Theo.
What's up, ROOTCatZ and ChanmanV?
Hey, welcome to Pro Corner.
What's up, Theo Dagger?
Okay, so my question is relative to CVC. We have seen a lot of games, especially Scarlet, turtling the base mass infestor into Infestor Ultra.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the go-to build, or like CVC? Has it changed from Roach Infestor, or what do you think?
It's every strategy is viable right now in ZVC. There's 1,000 different things that you can do, and 1,000 different. Say if they're going for that Ling Infestor into Ultra, you can always like do timing attacks. Even things like drops or like night displays being more explored against it as well. You can also go straight into Blizzards. I mean, it's all good. Like there's a lot of different builds that are really good. So it's, I don't know. I do that sometimes too. You know, it's. I don't think it's gonna switch into everyone do that now.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking my question. You're both great. Great show. Next one.
All right, thanks, Theo.
No problem. See you.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, again, guys, you can call in your questions if you want. Just add me on Skype. Skype ID is ChanmanV, and I'll pull you in the call. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the ZVZ, like, there's a lot of questions about ZVZ here. You know, in general, do you think it, I mean, how do you play ZVZ? Do you play safe in the beginning? You know, like somebody like, say, Steven, like in Destiny, right? I know last time he was on here, he talked about, he just likes to play straight up safe in the beginning. And then, you know, if he's a little bit behind, he'll just catch up later. Like, you know, if that's going to be the case. But he just doesn't want to die to all the crazy early timings, right? Do you kind of take that kind of standpoint, or, you know?
To some extent, I think Steven plays CVZ all wrong though.
Okay, cool.
Because he plays it too safe, and it's really abusable if you play against him, if you know his style. Because you can just like know that he's never gonna move out and expand everywhere, and like it's true 90% of the time. So yes, I play safe. Like I try to work out all my timings to be safe against most things. Not to say that I don't die to surprises sometimes,
Right.
but for the most part, like my builds try to account for everything while making enough units to be aggressive if they're being overly greedy. So yeah, I think you like, I don't know, I like that style. Vibe, for example, is really good at CVZ, and that's because he can identify weakness, and then he's not afraid to, you know, exploit it. So say if I play a game against Vibe, and I assume that my build is safe against most things, and that's the read that he gets, then we'll go to the longer game, because he can do that. You know, but if he sees someone that's trying to get away with something like a super late gas, then he'll try and punish it. I don't usually do that, but I see that as a flaw, not as a stylistic thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the comment you made in the very first game, like where you were saying how, there are these phases in the game that you like to, I guess you called that there's basically a chance for you to win in each phase, or the purpose of it is for you to actually have a particular situation, I guess, the Protoss can be in where he loses, right? Do you do that sort of thing in all the matchups, particularly in ZVZ? I know ZVZ actually feels like a candidate for that type of thinking and strategizing.
Yeah, I actually struggled a lot with CVZ, and then I got help from Slush, and he gave me one of his build orders, and I worked it to fit my style, but it was perfect for me because that's what it does pretty much. Like you play, it's pretty much what I do in every matchup too. I saturate to minimum, and then for the most part, like I'll try to play safe or have timings that give me control of the game or stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I take the gas a little bit late, but not late enough to die to a Baneling Lingolin, right. And then I like tech on 2 base, which is what I like doing. I don't really like taking fast thirds all that much except in CVP. And that's probably because I think CVP I have a better understanding of the game than CVT and CVZ.
Okay.
So ZZ and CVT I played a little bit safer for the most part, and it sometimes pays off a lot too. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I play my ZVC a lot like I play my ZVT in the sense that I play safe and then I make a crap ton of units while taking my third.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple callers here. Daniel Kirk, he's going to be next. Ooh, is that a picture of him on there? Daniel, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Pro Corner.
It's going good. Let's see, is he done with his point?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'm here.
Oh, you got a delay on the stream?
Okay, so I have one question here. It's in late game ZVP, I've been seeing a lot of pros lose, their incredibly expensive Broodlord army to a Vortex or even 2 Vortexes. And I've been wondering, has the Broodlord Ultra Infestor mix a better composition against that type of army, like a Blinkstalker, Mothership, Colossus, Immortal army?
If they don't have a lot of Immortals, then the Ultras are always going to be really good against Colossus and Stalkers. So maybe. I don't know. It really depends on things like spreading your Broodlords, and it's kind of a battle of micro. I mean, if you're clearly a Zerg player, right?
Yes.
So from a Zerg's perspective, like you're seeing these pros lose to the Vortex, and you're like, oh, that's so unfair. But from a Protoss perspective, if they had no answer to it, it would be unfair as well. So it really comes down to micro. That's all it is. And
it's the way I see it, though. I mean, if they have 2 Vortexes saved up, and you have your entire Broodlord Infestor army, they can you can have as much split as you want, and those Vortexes give them such positionment value that you either have to abandon half of your clearly way too expensive army, or lose it all, and it's like a catch-22. You can't win that.
Maybe, but you might still have enough Infestors to fungal their entire army to death, or you can, if they put their Archons in one of the Vortexes, you can fill that up with Infested Terrans if you have enough energy. So like you're talking about an ideal case scenario where the Protoss player has 200 energy on his Mothership and a really nice setup. So let's do the same for the Zerg, and let's say you have full energy on all your 15 Infestors, then you can drop a crap load of Infested Terrans in the Vortex, and that will spread the Archons, and they won't kill the Broodlords.
Yeah, I've been seeing that response a lot too, and kind of a side question: is it better to drop the Infested Terrans inside the Vortex or all around it?
It's different, I suppose. If you drop them all around it and there's Colossi outside, they're just gonna die.
That's true.
So I mean, if you can drop them all around it, and if the case presents itself where you can drop them all around it, then you probably should, because then they'll kill the Archons before they can do anything. But For the most part, I think that dropping them inside the vortex is the safest thing if you want to save your broodlords. And yeah, like someone else said, neural parasite is fantastic too for positioning. You know,
Yeah.
like the mothership can't get in a really good position without getting neuraled sometimes. So it's a back and forth thing, and it comes a lot to positioning and micro and splitting, and you know, do you have spine crawlers with your push? Yeah, like. Yeah, there's always something to fix. Like, if you lost the game, you should go back and watch it and figure out what you messed up on.
It's always tough seeing, like, for instance, Rhett in the NASL. He had the entire game, you know, they were both just macro heavy. But looking at their army size, he had nearly double the army size and the army worth, like, for how much resources was put into it. And every single bit of it died in a blink of a second. It was devastating.
That's the Archon toilet for you.
I watched that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, you know,
I've been
Zerg
hearing
has an
people-
easier time mining shit too.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it really goes back and forth. I don't think it's imbalanced by any means.
I've just been seeing a lot of people tend to try out the ultra technique a bit more, like you know, ultra.
Hello, did I die?
No, sorry. There's a little blip.
Yeah, but you know, thanks for answering my question.
Alright.
You guys have a good one, okay?
All right, thanks, Daniel.
Take care, man.
Yep. All right, yeah, the Archon toilet. I mean, it's always been debated whether it's like that's kind of good for the matchup or not. Just, you know, kind of how polarized I guess the outcome is from that. Like, it's either like the Zerg wins by a lot or the Protoss wins by a lot in that battle. But okay, Victor Lee's next.
Okay.
Victor Lee. Oh, guys, you know, if you're enjoying the show, you know, feel free to click the follow button. I'd really appreciate it. Victor, you there?
Hello?
Hey, Victor.
Hey,
Victor.
hey, Chanman. Hey, Cats.
How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. Big fan of both you guys. Thank you for having me on.
Awesome.
No
got
problem.
a question?
My question is, Cats, do you have any like tips on how to micro broodlords? Because I find like in the late game, like I have like real trouble and I try to like avoid broodlords entirely. So I was just wondering, yeah.
Broodlords are not a unit that you need to micro so much as much as you need to position it well. I sometimes don't even hotkey my broodlords, just to give you an idea.
Oh, okay.
So if you can pre-spread them before the fight, then that's the best thing that you can do. And what you can do is you can click, like, say, I don't know, say you're gonna attack an army that's like, you know, like, I don't know, 10 feet away from you, right? So like you're sitting at your spines and you're about to move out to kill a Protoss fourth, whatever.
Yeah.
So you spread your broodlords and then you attack move, but you don't attack move close by. You attack move at the very other corner of the minimap. You attack on the minimap on the, like, as far away as you can.
Okay.
While having that base on the path. That way the broodlords won't clump up. And then you can worry about microing your other units.
Okay, so just click on the, just take my broodlords and just click on the minimap at the very end?
Pre-spread them.
Yeah.
And then click as far away as you possibly can while having that base that you want to kill or the place that you want to attack on the way, on the path to that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You know? I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but it's really simple. If you grab a group of units or a group of, like, say, just broodlords, and you attack move, like, you know, like right next to your hatchery, like right next to where the units are,
Yeah.
they're all gonna clump up by the time they get there, right? Because they're all trying to get to the same point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
if you click a point that's really far from your kind of spread out overlords,
Yeah.
then it takes them a long time to like kind of come in, you know, like a triangle and you know converge, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of what he's saying. He just says just click somewhere behind, I guess, where you would normally click, you know, and they'll stay spread out for a long
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks for answering my question.
All right. Thanks,
No
Victor.
problem. Victor.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Actually, you know what? I forgot to. I was going to ask you too about just kind of the macro mechanics of, you know, the infestor, because in that first game, you know, when in Tal'Darim, you were going to come up the ramp, and then you made a comment that you kind of screwed something up, and I think it was Tal'Darim. It might have been Cloud Kingdom actually. And yeah, so talk to me about that. So whenever you're kind of setting up that attack with all those crazy queued up infested Terrans, I know sometimes one of the things I run into whenever I do the queued up Terrans is that my infestors just move like well into the army first before they throw the infested Terrans. So is there, I just brought it up because I felt like there was maybe something related to, to kind of you resetting that, in that particular scenario.
Well, if you want all of your, there's different ways to do it. In that particular case, I wanted all of my infested turns to pop up pretty much at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
So I shift-clicked, and I shift-clicked to a point where all of my infestors were going to be able to drop infested turns without moving from there. That makes sense?
Okay, yeah, so you moved that.
And then shift-click everywhere.
I gotcha. So you right-clicked, right, just so it was like basically perfect distance, and then you shift. Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Okay. All right, Alex Wassel, or Wassef.
But at some point, it's like if you don't want to run to an army, then you don't do that. You just spam shift-click to where your infested turns want to be, and then your infestors are going to try not to move any further away, and then you can like retreat them as well way easier.
Okay, great. Hey, Alex, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Hey, you got a question for Katz?
Yeah, so, you guys know the Spiniciwa style in ZVZ?
Nowadays, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, like the old style, like Ice Fisher-ish type of style, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
With 5 queen range, I think, it's kind of possible now, because, like, you can easily get to 44 supply, like, no problem. Like, just the other game, I got, like a person did a Lingo and I held it so easily with only, like, 3 queens and a spine crawler. So do you think it's possible to do that kind of thing, like no gas until 44 supply and stuff like that?
I think it's really bad, but I think it's definitely doable. Reason is if they identify that you have more than, like, if you have a bunch of queens, like you're trapped in your base, you don't have any way to go out until you can do anything. So they can take a third, they can do whatever they want. Like if they're good enough to identify it, then it's a problem. But, I don't know, what league are you on?
Me?
Yeah.
Masters.
So yeah, your opponents should be good enough to identify it. So I would, I don't know. I mean, you can play around with it, but like the thing is, if you're trying to be greedy, and just produce a lot of drones behind queens, then your opponent can't identify that, and if they do, then you can't move out, and they can be greedier because they didn't invest that money into those queens.
I just wanted to talk about the color about the Archon toilet. It's kind of the same thing with Burrow Banelings. Like, it's just the nature of StarCraft. Like, your armies are...
You're the nature of StarCraft.
All right, buddy. All right, thanks, Alex.
Wait, what? That was a question, right?
I thought that was a statement more than...
Oh, okay.
That was a statement.
I agree, Alex. See you later.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice talking to you.
You're so nice, Paulo.
No, thanks.
I was like... that is the nature of StarCraft. That is true. All right, Sean. All right, we're going to take maybe 3 more after this, and then we'll be done. We had extra time today since we finished early. They all love asking you questions too, bud.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's nice when they're busy when I try to call them. All right, Josh Willis. Ooh, Pillsbury Doughboy. Josh, well, what's up, man?
Hey, how are y'all doing? Can you hear me okay?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
I had a question about ZVP against like big gateway all-ins. Like, when's a good time to like cut drones and then start producing like roaches and wings against like a 7 or 8 gate all-in?
Well, what's your opening build?
Just the standard like 3 hatch and then gas around 40-ish supply, and then roach warren and evo when those finish.
Okay, are you worried about? Well, it depends. I usually go by depending on whether they are taking the gases at their natural or not. I'll know if they are all-inning or if they're going for a potential like 4-gate pressure, or if they're just going for an immortal build or you know, like something else. So usually at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, if I don't see the gases taken at their natural, I'll drop 3 gases and a roach warren. And if they're not, then you can usually drone up to like 65 supply before you need to start making units.
Okay, that's
But
cool.
if they are, just drop your roach warren 3 gases at 6:30 minutes and then start producing roaches. Be safe. If they take a third, go attack with your roaches and produce more drones if you want.
Alright, that's cool. Like, so you don't drone your third all the way, though, if they're like, if you, like, know they're about to all in? Like, if you see their units moving out, like, with their initial units? Like, when you...
It really depends. There's shit that hits earlier,
Yeah.
like the 4-gate pressure thing, you know?
Yeah.
Or like only sell it all-ins. So yeah, you wanna make units until you're safe and then drone up. If you're in 3 base and they're in 2 base and you have any more than, you know, if you have 16 drones at your main, 16 drones at your natural, and 2 drones at your third, you're ahead in the economy. So yeah, just stop the attack first.
Alright, thank you.
All right, thanks,
No
Josh.
problem.
Alright, bye.
Bye. Okay, well, if this guy says what he is, then his name is Tralalalala. So, hey Jim, you there?
Hey guys, big fan of both of you. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, no problem.
My question's about late game ZVZ. Why is it that CatZ is a dumb beaner?
Nice.
All right, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, Probin Johnson. It's not on my contact list yet. You gotta add me on your contact list, buddy, or else I can't call you. Oh, NRT Rush. Okay, we're gonna take one more call after this, guys, and then we will call it a night.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
Yo, what's up, cats? It's Rush. You know.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Not too bad.
Long time no
I
see.
have a question. So, I'm looking to start one versus one in a lot. So, what's the best way to get into it? Is it better to practice with, like, a team or ladder, you think? Because, like, I feel like where I get placed on ladder is a lot higher than where my skill's at currently. So, what do you think?
Wait, what? The other way around? Like, what? You're talking yourself down? People usually inflate.
Oh, no. Like, I go into a game, and I feel like I can make, like, top 8 masters, so I don't feel like I'm there currently. Like, not consistent. So,
Okay.
I'm just better than...
You don't really like need a team right away because then you'll be locked. Like, you were pretty good at Brood War, right? So
Yeah.
2v2 as well. So I think you should. Hey, it's Rush. You remember Rush? Yeah. So
Yeah, talking to
Yeah,
Drew
Drew.
over there.
and yeah. So what I would do is find practice partners. If you get locked down to a team right now, then you know you'll probably get better than all of them. So I would just
Yeah.
go play with people that like beat you and want to play more. Just ask around the ladder. And
So the ladder just seems like I played like low grandmasters, which is too high for me. I feel that was my other question.
okay, so yeah, I mean, say you play a sick macro game and you feel like you're evenly matched, ask them for 10 more games, and that should be
Awesome.
the best thing. Yeah, the MMR is weird like that. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
very
appreciate it then.
high range at this point. So,
nice talking to you, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
all right, thanks.
Or nice team, by the way. See ya.
Oh, thanks. Take care.
Nice. Guess he's you've known him for a long time.
Yeah, he played 2v2 in Brood War a lot.
Ah, cool. All right, last caller, Prebz Johnson. Told me to call him Prebz. Must have been massacring his name. So, Prebz, you there?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Great that you have me on there. I love you both. Like, really educational show, and I watch your stream all the time, cats.
Thanks,
Um,
Previn. How do you say that?
Yeah, that's kind of good.
Previn?
You can call me.
Prebz.
Prebz.
Yeah, okay. So my question is, have you seen the Naniwa build lately, where he does like a 4-gate from a 1-gate expand? and then he goes like into a blink stalker all in or something versus Zerg.
Yeah, I've seen it from Axlab. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm playing in master level EU, and people like to copy builds, so people like always try to do this against me, and
Wait, are
I don't
you Swedish?
No, I'm Norwegian. It's like the Navy country.
Close enough. Sick.
Yeah, very close.
I can tell by your accent that all the Nordic countries have sick accents.
Okay, so yeah, they've tried to do that against me, but I don't really, I don't feel like I can take a third because they always like kill it or at least delay it really much. So I don't know what really to do. Do you think it's a viable option to like go 2 base and just spine up and go like for mutas or infestors or something, like tech up and drone heavily?
I think you can do. Were you watching the entire show?
Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, if you want.
Not the start, but like almost everything.
Okay, well, if you wanna avoid completely taking a third, then I mean that's completely up to you. I haven't experimented enough with Muta, but you can go for pretty strong Ling Infestor timings of 2 base and then take a safer third. But I feel like that's stoppable if you take a fast third. You just gotta start making roaches as soon as your roach worm's done and identify that they don't have the gas, and maybe a spine at your third. But I think it's really stoppable, and I feel like if you stop it comfortably, then you should be like well ahead.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. If you stop it, then he doesn't really have any tech. Like he maybe got blink later, but that's not like stuff. But,
I mean, it's a really strong all-in. Like I don't know how often anyone does it, but you know, like in GSL and stuff like that, or like a big tournament, like you can come like that's what Jinro did when he won an MLG when he was shit. I almost said when he was good. That would have been mean.
Oh man.
When he was at his top, at his peak, I suppose.
Yeah.
He won an MLG because he played a style that no one like had figured out. Like Jinro's a really smart player, right? So you can use stuff like that. Like Jinro figured out the 1-1-1 basically for MLG, and he just destroyed every Protoss, right? But then it gets figured out, and then it's not as powerful. So, you know, it's a build that like I lost to Axlav doing it, and I don't know if I played Axlav again and I identified it, I feel like it should be a lot easier to stop. And then it will get just easier and easier with practice, so I wouldn't give up on 3 hatch yet.
Do you just do the normal build against Forge Expand then? Do you like take the double gas at 615 or something? Because I've tried to take the gas earlier, but it doesn't really seem to work, and it just pressures me every time. I've tried to get like the gas at 615 as usual, but last game I tried to go for like 530 or something, just 1 gas and to go for early speed for links, and just try to like kill his pylons or just mass up links, but it doesn't really seem to work, and
the problem with that is the links are never gonna stop it really because it's celots. So unless you kill the pylon or the probes, like I mean you could just go for earlier roaches and just make like 5 roaches, and then keep droning. You know, like just play around with it. I would say, like if you just make 5 roaches, you're not gonna be that far behind. And if you keep, you know, like whenever they hit you and you have a base of 5 roaches, then you can add anything onto that, and you'll stop any number of cells pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
So you said the 615 gas. How many gases do you take at 615?
I take double, and then I take like third at 650 or something.
Okay,
and
I mean
fourth, like,
and that wasn't fast enough to stop it.
Wow.
No. So at least the guy I played, I don't know if it's like the same build as Naniwa did, but he had 6 zealots and a stalker at 710 at my third. And he just kept on warping in like 4 zealots at a time. And it was really hard.
At 710 you should have your first few... Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that's really fast.
It's really scary.
Very fast.
I don't know. I'd have to see it, but like I'm sure there's a way to identify it. Yeah, that's extremely fast though. So I don't know. Yeah, you definitely have to change the timings up for that particular guy.
Yeah, that's true. Right. Okay, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for Q&A. So why don't we go into shout-outs, Paulo? Got any shout-outs?
Sure. To my team, of course, Root Gaming. Visit us at root-gaming.com, and to our sponsors, Twitch TV and Rash Order Tees for being awesome. And yeah, we'll have shirts and stuff like that be made pretty soon.
What was the last sponsor you said?
Rash Order Tees.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, buddy. Man, a big thanks for you to for coming on here, and again, it's like I've been trying to make this happen for since the beginning of the show, so I'm really happy actually having you on here, and for the viewers and myself actually. So I remember Paul, I remember the first time you were on Ben's show, and I was watching, and it was like pretty mind-blowing for me. So
Nice.
yeah, it had a big impact on me, like even like a couple of years ago. So anyways, personally, it was it's great to have you on, bud. And
I appreciate that.
hopefully viewers
Likewise.
you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see this guy. This guy's doing great things at Root, so it's going to be exciting to see how you guys do in the near future, and how it continues to grow. So, but best of luck to you as always, and viewers, the VOD for the show will be up later tonight, probably. That wasn't any technical issues, thank goodness. Gosh, my last episode was a nightmare. So the VOD should be up really quickly. Let's see, next show we're going to have on Monday. It's going to be this time, 11 p.m., and we should have Suppy on. There's a chance we might have Suppy and somebody else on, but Suppy for sure will be on. And next Thursday, we have Empire Costs. So should be a fun week. Terrence, you guys love me. I know you do, having Costs on. So yeah, check it out next week.
Well, Suppy's pretty amazing too.
Suppy is awesome. So hopefully, those guys that don't know Suppy, I mean, he's kind of been one of those hidden gems for a while too. And then obviously MLG had a great run, breakout player of the tournament. So good guy definitely, and really great player. So check him out on Monday, guys. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Peace.